but then, I thought about it and my husband was like, well, sometimes people are just busy. Like everyone isn't mad at you. Everyone isn't changing everything because of you. And I was like, well, I didn't really like take it like that, but it's like no one wants to see me, like kind of thing. It's
Mhm.
really not about me, and so I think that had there been like this forced get together, it probably wouldn't have been that happy because we were at a certain place with this family and everybody would have felt very like rushed and like kind of inconvenienced with having to like just make everybody happy, kind of thing. And so I think sometimes I've had to learn in different situations that sometimes when things don't work out, that is maybe for the best. And sometimes when we don't force ourselves to have these traditions and these get-togethers and not allow ourselves to process change, it really has more of a negative effect than if we just kind of, try to take a minute to look at the bigger picture and maybe try to understand and readjust because I ended up readjusting and I had a great get together at my house. For me, it's only been a year at this point and it's still difficult.
Mhm.
And it could be 5 years, it could be 10 years, it could be however long it actually takes you to feel comfortable in your new normal. That is perfectly normal and it's perfectly fine, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, and giving yourself the grace to to recognize that and to accept it of yeah, it might not be 1 year, it might not be two, it might be many, right? Like these markers in time, which is what, holidays and specific dates are,
Yeah.
they hold the weight of all of the everything that came before it and the expectation of everything that will come after.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
yeah, so it makes them, tricky spaces to be in. And every human that you're interacting with is also in this space of like everything that came before and their expectation of everything that will come forward. And so all of these things come together and it becomes this really like, it can be a really tricky mix of how do
Yeah.
we make space for every person's humanity who's having this
Check
experience.
us out on YouTube at Reah Higgs, ReahHagues. You can also keep up with us on Instagram at Just the Who Podcast.